changed the world when it was invented almost 200 years ago. It was the first global instant communication system. But in our internet-connected world, it might now feel from a different era. I'm Stephen Coates, meeting some of the people keeping the code alive in the age of the internet.
Do you have a dream in Morse? After 48 hours competition, I keep hearing Morse code even when I'm awake.
Morse code, ready to transmit. Thursday at 9:30 and 20 GMT.
Coming up after the news, the failed plastics treaty, why fresh air makes you sleepy, and should I eat the latest new nanomaterial research?
Can I say that from, if nothing else, a purely legal perspective, I cannot endorse you taking samples from my laboratory for consumption, but you can take it away and do with it what you will.
Find out what it is and what we do with it on Unexpected Elements coming up shortly. BBC News with Moira Alderson. Tens of thousands of people are fleeing the Syrian city of Homs as Islamist-led rebels continue to advance southwards. Taking Homs would cut off the capital Damascus from the Syrian coast, a stronghold of President Assad. The Israeli military says it's carried out overnight strikes on what it described as Hezbollah weapon smuggling routes on the Lebanon-Syria border. Lebanon said 2 separate border crossings on the Syrian side were hit. The head of South Korea's governing party has changed course and called for the removal from power of President Yoon Suk-yeol, who caused outrage this week by declaring martial law. It's now emerged that Han Dong-hun was to have been arrested following Mr. Yoon's declaration. The head of the medical charity MSF says Sudan is enduring one of the most devastating humanitarian crises the world has seen in decades. On a visit to Darfur, Christopher Lockyer said the war was decimating Sudan's health system as hospitals were targeted. Indian farmers are due to march to Delhi as they resume protests to demand a minimum price guarantee for their crops. Police have put up barricades on the borders of the capital. 4 Thai fishermen detained by Myanmar's navy during a territorial clash in the Andaman Sea have been released. The incident saw 1 fisherman killed and 2 others injured. The Philippines says an American hostage abducted in October is presumed to have been killed. Elliot Eastman was kidnapped from his home on the island of Mindanao, once a hub for abductions by Muslim rebels. Police say he may have tried to escape. Finland has become the first country to launch a national soundscape. The composition by Lauri Pora is inspired by the country's nature and landscapes from the rocky islands of the Baltic to favourite spots for picking berries and mushrooms in the northern forests. That's the latest world news from the BBC.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
The best radio show. The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the Morning Show. Today is Friday, the 6th day of December, the year 2024. With the time now 10:54 from London. And let me say good morning to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi, Koiki, to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy Perry. And you all guys doing some good work in there. I'll be joining you in a moment. Yes, we are doing some work in there. All right, then. Good morning to you. Hey, baby, Sister Delta. Yes, my sister Delta. Good morning to you. Rosita, good morning to you. Mom, Eresi, good morning to you all. I hope you're all doing very, very well, preparing and looking forward to your elections. We'll be talking about that in a moment. But let me take an opportunity to say good morning also to my own daughter, Mrs. Patricia Roxanne Hammond. Yes, good morning to you, Pat. She's doing a very busy, serious work because when we were talking yesterday night, and she was telling me about the election and the fact that she's going to be in the strong room at the Ghana Web broadcast station, and they will be bringing you everything pertaining to the election. So she's going to be the anchor person there. So yes, to every one of you, all the Ghanaians, I salute you. Let it be free and fair. Don't you worry, I'll bring you a nice tune from the Zongo Man at the closing of the program. But let me say good morning to Bishop Adesina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz, good morning to you. Shamsuddin, good morning. To Felix all the way in Aberdeen, Mr. Frank Davis, good morning. Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, good morning to you. He's not going to be joining us today because we have a schedule, so he will not be able to join in. Yes, and to every one of you who is tuning in this morning, Attack Kofi all the way in Ashaman. Yesterday he was also saying, yeah, they are all geared up and prepared for the election. So good one there. We'll see how that goes, but we're looking into that as well. But just cracking on. I'm going to bring you the codes for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds this morning across the globe. And then we'll bring you updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. And then we'll continue to Ghana as well, where elections are going to be taking place tomorrow. We'll be looking at the preparations. And if you are there, can you share with us how the atmosphere is like? Feel free to do so. And then in other parts of the world, what is happening in France, what is happening in South Korea, what is happening in Syria, oh boy, and what is happening here in the UK. We're going to be telling you more about all those happening there. And then at 12 o'clock, we'll bring the curtains down because of that special thing that I'm talking about this morning. So wherever you are, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. The quote for the day says, your time and resources are limited. Invest them wisely. Your time and resources are limited. Invest them wisely. A word to a wise, always. But well, if you are in the UK, there's been a weather warning that is going on. And so let me bring you a summary of the weather for the UK today. Yes, we're going to be seeing dry in the early afternoon with hazy sunny spells. It's going to be turning cloudier from the west through the day with heavy rain and strong winds arriving in the afternoon as Storm Dara approaches. Now tonight, Storm Dara will move east across the UK, bringing heavy rain and strong winds and hail snow in northern Scotland. The strongest wind gusts will be in Northern Ireland and Irish Sea coast. So please, if you are traveling around those bits, unless it's very urgent that you cannot do anything about, but think about it before you make a move. Now, for those of us in London and southeastern part of England, yes, this afternoon will start dry, as I did say, but it's going to be turning cloudier from the west later on, with some patchy rain arriving from the west in the evening. Now, the band of rain moving in from the west, this will soon move off to the east, leaving variable clouds and perhaps the odd shower. It will become windy. Temperature is going to be 9 degrees, the lowest 8 degrees. And then when it comes to the weekend, yes. Tomorrow will be very windy from the northwest with strongest gusts. It will be a cloudy day with showers and spells of rain pushing in from the northwest throughout, heavy in places. And then Sunday will be wet and very windy with strong gusts and spells of rain, heavy at times. The rain will turn patchy and light late in the day. So that is by way of the weather forecast for you all. Temperatures ranging between 9 and 7 there. Okay, now let's move on straight to the travels as well. This morning, information that has come through is saying that there are issues on the National Rail. There are delays there as well. We're going to be telling you more about that. But on the underground, Mount May and Piccadilly and Metropolitan lines are all experiencing severe delays, park closures, and minor delays. So check before you leave. On the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. The River Bus is running a good service. The London Cable Car is also running a good service. And then the National Rail. On the National Rail, as I did say, Avanti West Coast Cross Country, Great Northern, Great Western, London North Eastern, Merseyrail, Northern Rail, Southwestern Railway, Transport for Wales are offering special services. Gatwick Express, Southeastern, Southern, Thameslink are all offering, and they are experiencing minor delays there as well. That aside, all the others have good services, so please check before you leave so you don't miss your appointment. But it is Star Radio UK at 11 o'clock exactly, and let me see whether I can bring you some of the excerpts of what is happening. From Nigeria, at least 10,000 people have died in military custody since the Boko Haram conflict in northeast Nigeria began. Human rights group Amnesty International said on Thursday. Now, Nigerian man 39 sentenced to 8 years in U.S. prison for cyber fraud. And Lassa fever kills 23 people in 2024. And then other stories as well. Faratimi Afe Babalola justifies sued as group plans protest. The Take It Back movement convened by the former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, has begun mobilization for protest in Ekiti, Lagos, Abuja, and London as a group plans to. So yeah, we'll tell you more about all that. Don't you worry about it at all. And then some other stories. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the release of funds for the payment of pension arrears, salary increases, and other entitlements owed to retired military personnel after a peaceful protest at Abuja, in Abuja at the Ministry of Finance's offices. Okay, so we'll see more from that front. So coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In Africa, or still on the African front, opposition parties in Namibia contest SWAPO's victory in presidential elections. Although Ntembo Nandi Ndaitwah could become the country's first female president, calls from the opposition to annul the election results arrived, and we will see. In other stories, I only accept election results if they are transparent and fair. Who is speaking? That is the former president and flag bearer of the NDC, Mahama. Okay, now still on. Sure validation stamps are unwrapped just before voting on Mane Buama to NDC executives. Well, it's all easier said than done because they are the place where predominantly it is in the stronghold of a particular party. Can you tell somebody to do something else? It's difficult to do so. But we'll see about all that as everything unfolds. Now, NDC Akati North Secretary denies arrest over dummy ballot papers. Okay, we'll see about that. Ghana Police commends MPP, NDC, and the public for peaceful final rallies. Yeah, yesterday I was concerned about those rallies that were going to be taking place. One in Medina and one in Legon, and the proximity. And I was thinking, what was all that about? However, it's gone on, or it's gone through, or gone by peacefully, and therefore we hope that the election also goes by peacefully. We'll see, or we'll tell you more about all of that in a moment. Is he a prosecutor? Some Ghanaians react to NDC's appointment of Basintale to lead Oral. We'll be telling you more about that. Special voting records, high voter turnout nationwide. That's what Jane Mensah is saying. Star Radio UK in other parts of the world as well. As I did say, as we're getting ourselves ready for Mr. Olayomi Koiki to join in. Thousands flee Syrian city Homs as rebels advance further, and South Korea president ordered arrest of own party leader. It doesn't fail to surprise me there. A new photos released as NYPD enhanced insurance boss killer. Now, why did the person go on? And if you look and listen to the stories, the bullet is, inscribed on it. That is his mind or his thought why he did so. Well, when you have the insurance companies, oh boy, when they are selling the policy, heaven and earth, they'll promise you. The moment something happens and now you need to cash out, oh boy, you don't want to know. Then they'll throw in everything. Did you see that small print there and that one, all the clauses to make sure they frustrate you. Maybe the guy was frustrated. They've not arrested him yet, but if he has, what actually pushed him to that? We'll be telling you more about that. Bishop Adesina, massive good morning to you, my bishop, and kudos to you too for the good work that you are doing there as well, and to all your colleagues at the RBS office in Lagos, Nigeria. We salute you and thank you very much for joining in. Starr Radio UK. Which one, Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in any moment from now. He says, my regards. Yes, Bishop Adesina and the entire crew of the RBE. RBE is RBE. How did I say RBS? RBE Virtual Bank, making Yoruba Nation Ruba currency proud and stable. It is Starr Radio UK. RBE. All of you there, your colleagues there, we salute each and every one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going straight to Mr. Olayomi Koiki, who has joined in, and I can tell you, we've got things for you. It's going to be wutu, 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 wutu. I know he says that. All right then. Yomi, good morning.
Good morning. Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie, and a very good morning to all our listeners around the globe. And welcome once again to the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, where myself and Archie will be taking you to some of the development and the news and the update coming from Nigeria, both home and abroad in Africa, Asia. It is the 6th and the 12th of December. It's coming up to 4 minutes past 11. There's quite a lot of lineup, but let me return back to the studio where myself and Archie, we'll be looking into, so much to discuss this morning. But let me come back again to you, Mr. Archie.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Olayomi again, our North London studios. I'm actually here in the South studios, and we're bringing you updates from Nigeria on the Starr Radio UK morning show. So thank you very much to all of you listening to us, viewing us on the sister broadcast station, the Yoruba Nation, Koiki Media, and those of you, the Biafra, the United States of Biafra followers there as well. We salute each and every one of you. We are here as a voice or a platform. If you want your voice to be heard, or you have a product, you have a service, you want it, reach out, feel free, get in touch with us, and we'll do same for you. All right then, Yomi, how are you? How is the family? How is the preparation? I know the Christmas preparation is going on seriously. The kids, they don't care about whether daddy's got money, mommy's got money. They want what they want. Tell me more about that before we come to Nigeria.
Well, you're quite right. I'm sure quite a lot of us will be looking at our paycheck and then asking how do we split it out in the winter where, you have to increase, more heating. The children start telling you their demands. Even the elderly one might also start telling you that, it's time for them, to learn how to drive or to do their hair. If you have the female one, and the younger ones just want to get that toys. And it seems that Christmas is one time that comes once in a year. Regardless of whether you are Christian, Muslim, or atheist, it is when they say you are alive, you just have to celebrate wherever you are because nobody knows what happened the next day. But at least from my house, we are getting ready. I can tell you right in front of me, the Christmas tree is already up.
Ah, that's good. But again, can we say that about Nigeria? That is the question. Can we say that about African countries where our leaders, you go to their houses, everything is fine. But you go to majority of the people, even what they have to eat today, they're not sure about that. But you got a picture in your background. No, go on first.
Yeah, and and that will link us straight to Davido because Davido is again speaking out. It seems that we need more of them, to speak out. In terms of and quickly the exchange rate this morning dropped to 2,000 naira, to £1, and that means 25 pounds will give us let's say about almost 20 pounds multiplied by 2,000. Will give us about 15 pounds precisely is the price of a full whole chicken in Nigeria, and it depends on what part of Nigeria. So if you look at 15 pounds, that's about almost $13, and in a country where a dollar is where many Nigerians struggle to feed on, according to the World Bank. And that takes me straight to Davido this morning, because Davido seems to be telling the world a little bit about Nigeria, but Nigerians are not pleased with it. About a week ago, Nigeria, went to attack Davido for advising whether it is wrong or not. I don't know, but it depends on what you look at, because we're going to be talking about the insecurity. Last week, when Davido had an interview and talked about Nigerians or Africans not to return back to Nigeria because of the situation in the country. That means that Davido is now telling the world the situation in Nigeria. So 2 weeks ago, and I'll see if I can get the soundtrack, but also I'll be telling you there's a development from the CSO Ngozi, the Chief of Staff of the Biafra, will be with us on Monday. That has been confirmed, but we're going to be talking about that later. 2 weeks ago, Davido says, and I quote, Tinubu's inflation not leaving America, things are not going well in Nigeria. The Nigerian superstar David Adeleke, aka Davido, says, and I quote, Nigeria's economy is in shambles with the messed up in the currency exchange. That means that people like Davido, as much as they are wealthy, are spending more dollars, to be able to fund whatever the lifestyle they are producing in the country. And that also means that, the government came for him. Many people came for him. Leave America, go where? In broken English, Davido says. To be honest, it is not cool back home. It is extremely hot back home. The economy is in shambles. I do my part as I am an ambassador. When I go home, I'll probably not film where things are not going well. But this morning again, Davido seems to be telling Nigeria that we lack the good leader. And the headline is coming from all round the clock, says, what Nigerian lack is good leaders, coming from Davido Adeleke. The Nigerian superstar says, and I quote, that has emphasized the critical role of effective leadership in driving Nigeria and Africa to the greater height.
Well, Davido is saying it. Let's see what others are thinking about it. But let me say good morning to Gloria Jackson all the way. Gloria, I hope you're listening to us from Jamaica, right? I think yesterday or the day before you did say that. So to all of our listeners in Jamaica this morning, I salute each and every one of you. Of course, across the globe. Anthony Adedeji in the US, Aziz, a good morning to you all there. All right then. Now, we talk about good leadership. We talk about insecurity. But Boko Haram terrorist group have committed military committed war crimes in northeast Nigeria, says Amnesty International. They are talking about the fact that about 10,000 people have died in military custody since the Boko Haram conflict in northeastern Nigeria began. Human rights group Amnesty International said on Thursday. Interestingly, when it comes to, when there is war or there are wars or when we arrest somebody, here they'll tell you the human rights of the person, and therefore you don't see them beating the security agencies, beating the person up to say they want to extract information or intel from the person. But back home, oh boy, the way the military or this, they will slap you and your head will be spinning before what you've not even done, you'll be saying it. So they are talking about the fact that about 10,000, that means Boko Haram affiliates or some of them have died. How true is that?
Could it be again leadership? And when you have the right leadership, you would then be able to do exactly what you have to do. But let's now listen to the sound clip from Davido himself.
I mean, we can't go forward without the best leaders first. That's the most important thing I feel. I feel like Nigerians, we adapt. So that already shows you that. Like I tell people, I say, if you can survive in Lagos, or you can survive in Nigeria rather, you can survive anywhere. I feel like we're survivors. We're strong-willed people. I just feel the only thing is just missing is just the right leaders to lead us. Nigeria, if you go anywhere in the world, everybody has Nigerian friends. Whether you're Chinese or you have Nigerian friends. Everywhere in the world I fly to that I do shows. Nigerian restaurant did there, Nigerian community did there. So it just shows that we're just a force. So I think, leadership is one of the main things. And I feel like once we get that right, I don't think there's anything that will stop us.
Are we ever going to get that right is the next question. And that takes us straight to Amnesty this morning, releasing another, one that the government might not be pleased with. Insecurity, 10,000 have died in Nigerian military custody. One of the biggest things that many people were concerned is the human right of Nigerians. Remember that we are talking about the injustice that are perpetrated on many innocent people by the military. We talked about this, the security checkpoint in the southeast part of the country. But this morning, Amnesty International has alleged that nothing less than 10,000 Nigerians have died in the custody of the Nigerian army since the Boko Haram conflict began in the northeast. The organization country director Issa Sanusi disclosed this in Maiduguri, one of the hotbed of Boko Haram Fulani terrorist attack in the country, accused Boko Haram and the military of many abuses. It's not just the Boko Haram and the Lakarua, the ISWAP, that are abusing innocent Nigerians. Even the military itself has violated the rules of engagement while carrying out the assignment. We've seen the bombardment of different communities, and you might be thinking, why could this be happening? He regretted how the military denied involvement in his personnel in the atrocity after being served with the amnesty report. Sanusi announced that the human rights body has already filed case before the International Court of Justice, ICJ, at Hague over the alleged crimes against humanity. But the problem is, some of these ICJ takes years to look into the perpetrated crime, like the one that the former President Muhammadu Buhari committed in Nigeria against the indigenous people, when he said to the southeast, red in the cycle in the dot, and as he also invaded Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's house to an assassination attempt. The Yoruba leader took him to the same ICC, but we still have to wait, even though they've acknowledged the letter.
Well, human rights. Do we have rights when we are in Africa? Is there a proper rule of law? We talk about democracy, we talk about rule of law, blah, blah, blah. But when it gets to the nitty-gritty, you say that nothing of the sort is happening. Shame Adeyemi, good morning to you. I hope you are doing very, very well. He said he's listening to us from Washington, D.C. Hey, that means that you've not slept. Good dawn to you, my brother. I hope you are doing very, very well. Okay. Well, listeners, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studios. I'm actually here in the South studios, and we are bringing you all that you need to know when it comes to the issues going on in Nigeria at the moment. Now, let's move on. Take It Back movement convened by the former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, has begun mobilizing for protests in Ekiti, Lagos, Abuja. Now, Yomi, I remember what brought about Sowore's arrest then during Buhari's time.
I think he just loved to be arrested all the time anyway. Sowore is our good friend on the network here.
Yeah,
so he loves to be arrested because he flew out of America. Even after he left Nigeria, to return back, he was almost detained at the airport. There was hulala. He was left, but it seems that he's calling for another, protest that might be coming up on the 10th, which is 4 days from now. The question is, what is the reason behind these new protests? The reason is got to do with the Afe Babalola and Dele Farotimi that we talked about it yesterday, and this is generating a lot, the defamation of character, is it right to be done? Well, some says that since, the book itself was read all over the world, that means, Afe Babalola have the right to bring him to Ekiti State where judgment needs to be served. But people like Sowore think that the authority, especially the police, are being used to square things out. But it looks like Afe Babalola is the one on the left-hand side of the screen, and Dele Farotimi is the one on the right-hand side. So what is now being put together by the Take It Back is what they called a day of protest, in solidarity for, they say, injustice to one is injustice to all. The founder of Afe Babalola University at Ekiti, Are Afe Babalola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on Thursday dismissed insulation that he was using his clout to deal with the human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi, who an Ekiti State Magistrate Court remanded on Wednesday. This was a group where Take It Back movement convened by the former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, has now begun mobilization for protests in Ekiti State, Lagos State, Abuja State. You might be wondering why they want to bring the protest to London as well. Afe Babalola donated £10,000 to King's College. It looks like King's College must be preparing for the showdown on the 10th of this month, which is just 4 days from now. But the police in Ekiti State stated had followed a petition written by Afe Babalola, where Farotimi was arrested in Lagos. A lot of people thought it was another kidnap like Nnamdi Kanu, but it seems that Dele Farotimi is now in the custody and the Coronation Center in Ekiti State. So it's not a kidnap case.
Okay, it's not a kidnap case, but what case is against Farotimi?
Well, the case against Farotimi has got to do with his book, and it seems that the book is now fast selling on the Amazon. From the information that we have, the book is got to do with what he stated about Afe Babalola making the case about regarding the Supreme Court and how the Supreme Court has been used as an abuse. So Dele Farotimi book, like I said, as at yesterday, is now ranking the bestseller on Amazon, and it seems that many people that never knew about the book are now finding out more about the book. But the 93-year-old senior advocate of Nigeria alleged being accused in the book of compromising the Nigerian judiciary instance of alleged misconduct and legal figures. Although the book recorded the low sales initially, it seems that the arrest has pushed more people buying, because people are saying, I don't have evidence of that, but that's what people are saying, that it seems that Afe Babalola wants to clear all the books out of the shelf so that nobody has any copy of it.
Now it's interesting because if he has written a book and he has said something about you and you think that what he said is not true, you go to the court. But why is the court not granting Farotimi bail? Why are they not granting him bail? And why are they using some ninja style stuff to go and or Rambo style to just outwit him? I think we live in a military era. So somebody says that, we are living in a democracy. Now, if I say something and you think that you don't like it, take it to the court. Now, am I maligning you? Is it malice? Is it what? Then we come out and then we look at it. But what they are doing now, it looks like back in the day when it was a military rule, right?
Well, we are not in the military rule, and that is where, as much as abuse of power continue to be peddled against innocent Nigerians. You're right. I mean, the title of the book is Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, where, allegation of defamation of character against these. Well, it seems that, Afe Babalola, might say, how Dele Farotimi defame me, regarding some of what he wrote in the book. And rather than what Nigerians will expect to be done properly, it seems that he will say, well, I've reported the case, the police have picked him up. But in terms of who gets bail or not, we do know that sometimes, the paddy and that kicks in from underneath, especially Afe Babalola is a very strong person, not just in Nigeria, like it says, across the globe.
Well, defamation, does it require somebody not getting bail? Does it require people using Rambo style? Well, with what they are doing now, they've automatically publicized Farotimi's book, and virtually that's why it is just going off the shelf when it comes to Amazon. But if you have not gotten it, get it and let me have a read as well. It will be quite interesting. Vicky Newton, good morning to you. Now, yesterday we did talk about the fact that the military pensioners had encamped around the Minister of Finance office in the federal capital. But now the president had come out quickly to say, come on, he's releasing funds for these people. So they had the money and yet they were doing that? Is that what they are doing?
Well, at least, it seems yesterday you were asking me if any development or any update was coming from the federal government regarding, the military personnel, those retirees that, money has not been given to them. But the news coming this morning seems that, Tinubu doesn't want any confrontation with the retiree, and he has now, asked that money should be released as quickly as possible, for these retiree pensioner. And I think that is a great news, from the presidency. So what do we know? Tinubu orders release of fund for payment of retired Nigerian military personnel who has shut down the finance ministry. As we said yesterday, some of them came with their beddings, their mat, canopies, and they believe that they're not going anywhere until the government speaks to them. Retired soldiers under the group of Coalition of Concerned Veterans, CCV, had carried out a 2-day protest over the non-payment of 20% and 28% increment for 11 months in the federal capital. President Tinubu has now ordered the release of funds for the payment of pension arrears, salary increase, other entitlement owed to retired military personnel after a peaceful protest. So maybe sometimes, doing that peaceful protest is worth looking into.
Well, we'll have to look into that. But Bishop Adesina has commented. He said that the Afe Babalola is not even in government, but a former senior advocate. So that means that he's trying to use his connections and influence, though he's not in government, but still I'll get the military or the police to do something to you, and then I'll get the courts to keep you in there. Well. How fair is fair? Vicky Newton, good morning to you once again. Okay, Yomi, let me allow you to now bring us the rest of the stories making the rounds. Over to you, sir.
Well, we're getting a report coming out this morning from Nigeria, where one of the renowned Islamic scholar has passed on. We'll be giving you details about that. Well popular within the southwest part of the Nigerian community, and also many of the diaspora that probably are waking up around the world. I can confirm officially now that Islamic scholar Muhyiddin Bello is dead. May so rest in peace. The Muslim community has been thrown into mourning following the passing, of one of his most revered figures, Alhaji Muhyiddin Bello. Born in 1914 in Ibadan, Alhaji Bello was widely respected for his profound teachings, unwavering dedication to Islamic scholarship. The announcement of his demise was made by another prominent Islamic scholar, Afar Arid Bidasi of Al-Tawhid Islamic Dawah, this Friday morning. Collaborating the news of the diminished popular cleric and the follower of the late Bello, who is also an Islamic singer, Alhaji Basit Olanrewaju, popular known as Akwanle Anobi, also shared the image of the 84-year-old scholar with tearful emojis, as we say, may so rest in peace. So quite a lot going on in Ibadan, in Oyo State this morning, of these scholars. May so rest in peace. Let's come back to some of the other news coming out of Nigeria this morning again, as we go back to the insecurity. How soon can these government treat insecurity? We've talked about the Amnesty International, but as we also can confirm that other development is happening. Before we go back to Nigeria, let's take you outside Nigeria, because we know how cyber fraud affects people. But this morning, a Nigerian national in the United States has been sentenced to cyber fraud in New Haven in Connecticut. We know that many Nigerians are involved in this particular crime. He's 39 years old. What do we know? They use witting and unwitting money moves to receive fraud proceeds in their bank account, and then either transfer those funds from the money mole account to account under the co-conspirators' control, or converted the stolen proceeds to cash for further transfer, according to the court document and statement in the court. Over the 3 years long operation of the scheme, you can see how Americans around the world tell these individuals for a very long time until they are nipped out of the board. Numerous victims were tricked into transferring funds into the bank account the victim believed were under the control of legitimate recipients as part of a normal business operation. If it's not true to be, do not even go there, because you could also find yourself in some of these situations. Let's go back to, again, sad development from Ebonyi State this morning, as the Lassa fever kills 23 people in 2024 in Nigeria, according to Ebonyi State Governor. At least 394 suspected cases of Lassa fever were recorded in Nigeria, eastern state of Ebonyi, from January to date. the state government says yesterday no fewer than 48 cases were confirmed from the suspected case, out of which 23 people passed on. The disease were 25 were discharged. Governor Francis Nwufuru announced in the state capital Abakaliki at the official sign-off and handover ceremony of the Medicine Sans Frontier Lassa fever support activities in the particular state. Let's come back to more protest. Again, where is it happening? Maybe after this protest in 2 days, the president will release money. Protesters have stormed Nigeria's parliament, opposed establishment of Nigerian Coast Guard. What do we know and what is it all about? Hundreds of activists, including youth, women from different parts of Nigeria, stormed the National Assembly in Abuja on Thursday to express their strong opposition to the Coastal Guard Establishment Bill. The bill that was sponsored by Senator Wasiu Eshinlokon, APC Lagos, seeks to create a dedicated Nigerian Coast Guard responsible for securing the Nigerian maritime zone. Some civil society organizations had argued that the bill is an attempt to amend the Nigerian constitution through the back door. You see, the problem that we have in Nigeria is when the senators do not allow the public forum, the public debate before they go into their chamber and try to amend and change the constitution. Buhari tried, to make, the waterways and forced everyone on need, the Ruga and many other situations. But it seems that some of these protesters think that the Nigerian constitution is being amended through the back door by creating another arm of the armed forces. The one that the bill will lead to proliferation of armed forces in Nigeria, a situation which they say could escalate in security in the country. At exactly 11:30, as we continue to look into some of the news development, as we talked about death in Nigeria by the Nigerian military, Delta Okuma community leader Pa Ogoroko was tortured to death in the Nigerian military detention. Many Nigerians are in detention, and you might wonder, what this government would have to do to review, the prisons across the country and find out who is innocent and why they've been spending 2-3 years without even being taken to court, while we have criminals that are moving around in SUV and even ordering food from abroad. What do we know about this story? The detained President General of Okuma Community in Ugali South local government area of Delta State, Nigeria, Pa James Achowuko Ogoro is dead. And there's the picture next to the screen on your left-hand side. Ogoro, one of the community leaders, was arrested by the Nigerian military since August 2024 this year, reportedly died in the military detention on Wednesday this week following excessive torture, alleged inhumane treatment, according to the investigative news outlet. Pa Ogoroko death was announced yesterday by the leaders of the Okuma at the emergency meeting at the community. The community leaders also decried that another detained leader, Pa Dennis Okubaye, is presently battling with a life-threatening ailment. These are the tensions that many are experiencing on a daily basis. Some of them are being dealt with by the military. We've seen the police being dealt with as well. But for how long can we continue to see innocent Nigerians? And even some of these do not believe that Nigeria needs to be de-amalgamated, like those that believe in the de-amalgamation of Nigeria to have their own independent sovereign state according to the United Nations article. But again, as usual, you can see that injustice to one. And we hope that the country, the president and the authority, the chief of staff, will be looking into this particular development. Local security guard fake own kidnap in Nigeria. It seems that kidnapping is a big business. So if you can come out and say, well, I've been kidnapped, people can donate money and you can go on a different lifestyle. But that will send a different signal to many that are kidnapped officially, and we might not know whether you are kidnapped or not. So what do we know about this story development this morning? A man has now been arrested for allegedly faking his own kidnap in Nigerian southern state of Edo. Akpo Ede, a 35-year-old local security guard at the rubber estate in Oshe River, Ofia Southwest local government area of the state, was nabbed by the operatives of the Southwest security outfit codenamed Amotekun after he demanded 50 million naira as a ransom from his employer. I come back again to you. Imagine if I have to go on a kidnap spree and I have to tell Star Radio UK to pay £10,000. That's the equivalent of what we're witnessing in Nigeria. So it looks like austerity is pushing people to all manners of crime, but this should not be something that Nigerians should go into.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studios. I'm actually here in the Star studios, and quite interesting updates from Nigeria. The person who wants money, Abi, is desperate. Desperate measures. Desperate situation calls for desperate measures. But we're going to be going to the United States of Biafra. We're going to go to that place. But there was one other story that talked about was that the CDS is saying that they need more than military action to attain national security. And it's quite so. Is it what do they really want to do now? Do they want to have? Yesterday we did talk about that. We're talking about the fact that even those who are informants to the security agencies, how protected are they? How well protected are they? Or like we saw in the southeast, where somebody informed the security agencies, they came and whatever, attacked these people, finished them, and then the next moment when the military or the security agencies left, then they came back knowing that that person, whether it was him or not, killed the person or arrested, whatever they've done with the person. So what is the CDS saying there?
Well, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has stressed that the military actions alone cannot achieve national security in Nigeria, and that is a big one. We have talked about it. If Nigerians are not given the leverage, to communicate and give intel about, insecurity within their areas, whether it's a low crime, high crime, then it will be that the Nigeria security will still be something that will not be resolved even with this administration. According to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, to him, military action is just only 30% of what is needed to attain the national security, while the remaining 70% depends on a political, social, economic intervention. General Musa stated this at the roundtable discussion. The problem we have is many roundtable discussions went through Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo. It was a total chaos, a total failure, because the former military general could not even protect his own state, where we saw attacks and multiple attacks within the surroundings. So the CD who spoke on the team, the national security and the national interest. How many Nigerians still have the interest in Nigeria to report things that will be of the national security for every one of us, especially when you have porous borders? We have people that are moving in large quantity, and people have reported them and the community get destroyed. It seems that somebody within the military itself, as the late Malafia says, Nigeria remain that crime scene. And when we go back to listen to somebody like T.Y. Danjuma, it tells you that if you still rely on the Nigerian military, T.Y. Danjuma told us this many years ago, that do not, and this is exactly what T.Y. Danjuma told us some approximately few years back during a gathering somewhere in Plateau State, I guess, and the sound clip for that is this.
I warned that the armed forces are either not capable or unwilling to protect us, and that we must defend ourselves. The first denial of what I said came from the Ministry of Defense. They said I was lying, and they set up a kangaroo board of inquiry to investigate the truth or otherwise of what I spoke. and they invited me to come and testify. I did not go. They wrote their report, which said that I was only speculating, that there was no evidence. And now there is evidence. The whole country now is being run and overrun. They are trying to recolonize us and take over our land. Can I allow you to defend yourselves?
And that was T.Y. Danjuma re-emphasized that even though he was called, he never even answered the, whoever was calling it. Imagine if this calling was from Southeast or the Southwest, you are being called and you are not answering to that call. You can imagine what would have happened. You would have been hearing python dance and crocodile movement and all kind of invasion to people where we looks like much more the other ones are more superior, because you just had him saying that he was called and invited.
Yeah, it didn't.
And he doesn't even could not be bothered.
Yeah, for sure. So if some people in the southeast or the southwest are saying that, look, we think you are being marginalized, then do you think they are lying? Well, Ngozi has finally spoken. The chief of staff of the United States of Biafra in exile has spoken. Now, I was asking the question, whilst I was pondering on it, I was asking the question, has any country acknowledged them?
Well, that is something that, they would have to work on, quickly, and, by Monday, because I have been able to get what I can call an official confirmation from the government of the Biafra on the USB that she would appear, and I'm just trying, to bring, because we have to, change the background so that people might not think that the person we're talking about is the one behind, that she would be available to speak with us on the question that you've just asked regarding, the government in exile, what they are planning, what next, the countries that we have to give them the recommendation and all that. So we've been able to secure, the chief of staff, Ngozi Orabo Eze, will speak to Starr Radio UK at 11 a.m. London time in the morning on Monday. So make sure you tune in, and there will be quite a lot of lineup to, what you might be able to share with us, especially, development with the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and what next for the government after the beautiful outfit from what we saw in Finland. So let me come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Okay. So as Yomi has said, prepare yourself. God willing, Monday, if we are still alive, yes, which I believe God will keep us. We'll be bringing you Ngozi, who is the chief of staff of the USB. When I say USB, United States of Biafra, and be telling us more on that front. Okay. Yomi, any other stories, and what is happening on the social media before you go, sir?
Well, the social media is always busy. Let's look at some of the headline. Real Yoruba says, "Are we ready? The more we believe in one Nigeria, the more life will continue to get worse. Option is Yoruba nation. Second option, or is Tinubu, but we must let him know that he will be there to break the, I can't use the other word, Yoruba nation, no going back." More other development as we are talking about, the situation in Finland. You might also want to know that today is Finland Independence Day, but it seems that Finland is holding to the PM of the Biafra government in exile, Simon Ekpa. So we see how that developed as well. I'm looking at another very important figure in Nigeria. She's no longer in Nigeria because of, again, threat to life and the current injustice in the country. We're talking about Dr. Kemi Lawrence. She has been very, advocate of the injustice cartel on the people known as the southeastern part of the country, as again, many would also, be looking at some of the other areas. She has been also been talking about the 6 individual that got missing in Nigeria, in Lagos State till date. Nobody knows their location, and it seems that no inquiry, no investigation is going on. And what she posted again about yesterday, power is temporarily. The power you are drunk on today ends next week. Afe Babalola versus Dele Farutimi, #judicial terrorism. That's the way she put it. And let's take one or two more from the development on Nigeria this morning as many Nigerians continue to use the only platform. Remember that we still have those that are still, with the bringing on the Constitution. Indidi Uwechukwu says the colonizer is nothing but a thief and a murderer. These are part of the, the Ninas. Is the right transition for union reconfiguration. Tony Namdi. Remember that the Yoruba was working with him, in 2021 until the pathway apart each other. So again, as I come back to you for the weekend, NNPC says they began export of Port Harcourt refinery, and people that are buying it at Dubai firm will be the one to buy first. Again, as usual, there's all kind that come out, and the reaction on that is, how is Dubai buying the first cargo instead of serving the local market? I don't understand this country. And the person has, the emblem, the coat of arms of Nigeria on his Twitter status, and you can tell that a lot of Nigerians wondering, how would Dubai be the one to force to buy when the local are not buying? But it's in Nigeria, they say everything goes.
Well, it's quite an interesting one. You want to know more, you have to stay with us every weekday from 10:30 right down to when the program finishes, and we'll be telling you everything. Yomi, let me say thank you very much for this wonderful update.
Well, thank you so much. We'll be back on the Monday morning for the more news update on the network. But stay with us over the weekend. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and thank you so much, Mr. Archie, and all our listeners from different part of the globe this morning and the afternoon, wherever you are, because Nigeria is 1 hour ahead of us. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Okay, that has been Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. It is Starr Radio UK. 13 minutes to 12. We've got lots to bring your way before we bring the curtain down. Let me announce that the lines are open. If you want to hop in, feel free to do so. Call us on 0208 133 2257. Okay, or you can text us. It's 0753966174. You want to tweet or you want to X? You can X as our X handle is Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. All right then. Let's move on to other parts of Africa before I take a break. Now, you remember we did talk about this illegal gold mine in South Africa that some people were captured in, 6 bodies have been retrieved from there. Now 6 bodies have been pulled from an abandoned mine in Stilfontein in South Africa. The number of miners still trapped underground is still unknown. One local source said there were around 4,000 trapped, but police say the figure is likely to be in hundreds. The derelict gold mines, located approximately 150 kilometers southwest of Johannesburg, have been surrounded by police for the past month, aiming to remove those who are illegally operating there. Authorities have been restricting food and water supplies to encourage them to evacuate the mine. Many illegal miners known as the Zama-Zamas, came from the neighboring Mozambique and Lesotho and often face harsh conditions to work and reside in South Africa. Some local associates their presence with a rise in criminality in South Africa. African President Cyril Ramaphosa has called them a menace to the country's economy and security. Whoa, that's a big one there. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Before we come to Ghana, the candidate for the SWAPO party of Namibia, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, won the country's presidential election in December 3, while this could make her the country's first women president after her inauguration on the 21st of March. The country's opposition is leading calls for a fresh round of elections. According to the Electoral Commission, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah took more than 57% of the vote, while her main opposition rival Penduleni Itulia captured 26%. The leader of the Independent Patriots for Change labeled the election chaotic, citing a lack of ballot papers and technical issues. A 3-day extension of polling in some parts of the country was also implemented. Now, Penduleni Itula called on the judiciary to annul the result, inciting opposition parties and citizens to work together against what he said was a suppression of the right to vote. The SWAPO party of Namibia led a liberation struggle against apartheid South Africa and has been in power since the country gained independence in the 1990. With a population of 3 million people all around, half of Namibians are registered to vote. Okay, so let's see. What is going to happen there? Will the courts rule otherwise? It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, tomorrow Ghanaians are going to the polls to elect the president and members of parliament. But as Ghana's elections on Saturday approaches, a range of measures have been implemented to safeguard both democracy and security. Incumbent Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the New Patriotic Party, representing the New Patriotic Party, is facing former President John Dramani Mahama, who is running for the opposition National Democratic Congress. Now, former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, along with delegation from the West African Elders Forum, is in Ghana to monitor the elections. Upon arrival in Accra, he affirmed, "Ghana is one of Africa's democratic models, and we want to see the country maintain that status." Now, over 18.7 million eligible voters are expected to cast their ballots, choosing from 13 candidates and 276 legislators. The widespread perception of partisanship and bias from the Electoral Commission, which some believe is in favor of the ruling party, has added pre-election tensions. Opposition candidate John Dramani Mahama declared that his acceptance of the 2024 election results is dependent on the fairness and transparency of the electoral process. Do you think we're going to be seeing anything of that sort there? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, still in Ghana. But one of the director of elections for the National Democratic Congress, the opposition party, Dr. Edward Mane-Boama, has called on party executives to remain focused ahead of the December 7 elections. His remarks come in the wake of allegations regarding irregularities in the Electoral Commission handling of validation stamps in the Offenso South constituency. On his Facebook post, Dr. Mane-Boama shared a checklist for returning officers, deputies, and district electoral officers, now stressing the importance of ensuring that validating stamps are properly wrapped before being unwrapped at polling station. He said they kindly find a list of items, checklist the returning officers and deputies and DEOs must place in the ballot boxes at the various centers where legitimate filing of the materials in ballot boxes would take place. In a special note, he said, insist and ensure validating stamps is wrapped, not naked or naked. It must only be unwrapped at the polling stations before voting tomorrow. Now, Dr. Mane-Boama further warned against tolerating any similar irregularities like those allegedly attempted in Offenso South, where unwrapped validating stamps were reportedly used. He urged the party officials to stay vigilant to ensure a transparent and credible election process. Where do you think it's going to be going to? Some would say a zoo, a za. Is it going to be zoo? Is it going to be za? Is it going to be which is the other one? Kukrudu. What is it going to be exactly? See, I've not forgotten it. I still got my links there, right? Yeah, right. Okay. Well, we have various entities calling for peace and unity, but again, others are calling for transparency. They said if that happens, things will be good. However, the police is commending the MPP and the NDC supporters for a very peaceful rally, the final one that took place yesterday in various places. And I was of the view that, hey, that being good, however, I thought how the police dealt with the whole thing was in the proximity of the location was quite a difficult one. But however, they are praising them for a good work done. So it says that the Ghana Police Service has commended the New Patriotic Party, the National Democratic Congress, and their supporters for their cooperation and commitment to peace during the final political rallies in Accra yesterday. Now, the police acknowledged that the events, which were marked by large gatherings, were successfully conducted without any incident thanks to the collaboration of all involved. In a statement, the police expressed gratitude to both political parties for maintaining peace before and during their rallies. The service also extends its gratitude to the general public, especially the motoring public, for their patience and understanding during road diversions and traffic blockades implemented to facilitate the safe management of the event. The police leadership commended the professionalism and dedication of officers who were deployed to maintain law, order, and security during these special events. This peaceful and successful conclusion of the rallies is a testament to the hard work and vigilance of our officers, the statement read. As Ghana prepares for the national election on tomorrow, the police reiterated the call for all political parties, their supporters, and the public to uphold the same level of discipline until discipline, unity, and patriotism. We urge all stakeholders to maintain peace, order, and national cohesion for a peaceful election, the Ghana Police Service has stated. But so we are in Ghana, 4 minutes to the top of the hour. The main allegation, the constituency secretary of the National Democratic Congress in Akatsi North, Abraham Ahiabu, has denied claims of his arrest and investigation in connection with the possession of dummy ballot papers. The Ghana Immigration Service, in a statement dated December 5, reported the interception of 3 booklets of dummy ballot papers, each containing 1,000 sheets at heavy and an unapproved route in the Avi Heavy area. The materials were allegedly being transported to Togo. According to the report, Mr. Hiabu was handed over to the Ghana Police Service for further investigation, and seized dummy ballot papers were sent to the Akatsi North District Electoral Commission office for verification. However, in response, Mr. Hiabu clarified that while he was questioned by the police, he was not under investigation for any wrongdoing. He described the statement by the Immigration Service as calculated efforts justify border closures in the Volta region ahead of the December 7 election. So do you think, as known, are we going to be closing the border? That is the eastern border of Ghana. Not sure about that this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll prioritize you. Former GCB MD NS Agbezi assured PWDs in Eastern Corridor. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, let's move on. So tomorrow is a day, and we hope that everything goes perfectly. Now, a final story from Ghana, and then we'll move on. And as I promised you, I'm going to bring you some nice tune from the Zongo Man, and pertaining to wow and what you have to be looking forward to, how you can make your voice heard That is through voting, right? The Electoral Commission has expressed its satisfaction with the high voter turnout recorded among Ghanaians during the special voting exercise on Monday. Providing an update on the voting exercise during the media engagement, the EC chairperson Jane Mensah stated that the various constituencies recorded high voter turnout percentages, with the minimum turnout being 83%, according to a report by some news network. Addressing the press, Jane Mensah also stated that an expected 18.77414159 registered voters, representing 55% of the total population, will be participating in the December 7th election. Mensah further said the commission has distributed all electoral materials and equipment to the regions in sufficient quantities, expressing her confidence that no shortages will occur in terms of the materials. On media accreditation, she said the commission had provided accreditation for close to 10,000 to the media to give them access to the polling stations, constituency and regional coalition centers, emphasizing the importance of eliminating misinformation and disinformation on election day. Mensah urged journalists to report accurate and truthful news to educate the general public about the elections. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. We're going to take a quick break. We come back and I'll bring you everything that is happening from across other parts of the world. Stay tuned. Don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is the Friday edition of the morning show at 5 minutes past the top of the hour. As I did say earlier on, today we'll not be bringing you the Money Man. Yes, we'll not be bringing you the Money Man. We'll just be moving on straight from because we have an event that we need to see to. So just bear with us. Good one there. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay. So, in other parts of the world as well, some of the stories that is making the rounds. Now, kicking off from South Korea. Now, South Korea's President Yoon Suk Yeol ordered the arrest of his own ruling party's leader, Han Dong-hoon, when he declared martial law on Tuesday night. The arrest lists also included the leader of the main opposition Democratic Party, Lee Jae-myung, as well as 3 opposition lawmakers, the National Intelligence Services Deputy Director said. Now, the president tried to use this chance to arrest them and wipe them out, said Director Hong Jang-won. Now, the revelation came as the country's political parties held emergency meeting throughout Friday, with MPs planning to bring a vote to impeach Yoon. The motion, which is scheduled for Saturday, will pass if 2/3 of the MPs vote for it. Now, the opposition have a majority of 300 seats parliament, but need the support of at least 8 ruling party MPs to secure the 200 votes required for the impeachment motion to pass. Now, if in the first clear sign, his own party may now vote with the opposition, the leader of Yoon's ruling party called for his swift suspension on Friday, saying he posed a great danger to democracy if he remained in power. Anthony Ndeji, massive good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. I hope you are doing very, very, very well as well. But this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, the French President Emmanuel Macron has said he will name a new prime minister in the coming days after Michel Barnier resigned following a no confidence vote in Parliament. In a 10-minute address to the nation on Thursday, he rejected opposition pressure to stand down, vowing to stay in post fully until the end of the mandate in 2027. Now, Macron was holding talks on Friday with leaders of the socialists and who said they were ready for a compromise in forming a government as part of a short-term deal. The socialists joined colleagues on the left and far right in voting to remove Michel Barnier on Wednesday, only 3 months after he was appointed by Macron. The president thanked Barnier for his dedication during his brief term as prime minister and accused MPs of collaborating in an anti-Republican front to bring down the government. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In India, A Muslim couple in India have been hounded out of their newly purchased home by their Hindu neighbors who said they would not allow them to live there because of their religion. Now, Hindu residents of the posh TDI city in upscale residential block, an upscale residential block in the northern city of Moradabad, began protesting on Tuesday night after news of the sale became public. The incident resulted in a huge outrage in India after a video from the protest went viral. It showed one of the residents, Megha Arora, saying that Dr. Ashok Bajaj, a resident, had sold his house to a Muslim family without consulting them. Goes on further to say, we cannot tolerate Muslim family living right in front of our local temple. This is also a question of the safety of our women, she said. We want the sale to be revoked and are asking the administration to cancel the registration of the house in the name of its new owners. We cannot allow people from another faith to come and live here. We will not allow them to enter and continue to protest as long as they don't go away, she added. Many of the residents also visited the district magistrate's office to lodge a complaint. Outside, they shouted slogans against Dr. Bajaj and the Muslim couple. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. How would we term that? Islamophobia, right? Okay, but is it not? Okay. So, in other parts of the world, getting to the tail end of the program, there Starr Radio UK. Now, tens of thousands of people are fleeing Syria's third largest city, Homs, amid reports that rebels are closing in just over a week since they launched their lightning offensive. The rebels seized Hama to the north on Thursday, a second major blow to the President Bashar al-Assad, who lost control of Aleppo last week. The leader of the Islamic militant group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, that's HTS, Abu Mohammed al-Jawlani, to residents of Homs, your time has come. Now, rebel forces began the biggest offensive against Syria's government in years. Last week, they have been advancing south, and Homs will be the next stop on the road to the capital, Damascus. The offensive is the swiftest battlefield advance by either side since the Syria civil war began 13 years ago, exposing the weakness of the country's military. Terrified members of the President Assad Alawati minority community are rushing to leave Homs, with video footages showing roads jammed with cars. Now, it looks like Russia, who has been the one standing by them, efforts or strength is waning because they are spread thin. So, what is going to happen? And this is one that people will say the West should have come to the aid of Syria, because if these are affiliates of what do you call them? Islamic State or any of these groupings, the terrorist groupings as they term them, then we have a problem there. But, well, who knows? Are they liberators? Somebody say, yeah. Are they coming to control them as the Taliban are doing in Afghanistan? Somebody say, no. So why not? They want right to live, and it's their own people, and anything that we want our freedom. So what do you think? Well, lots more going to be coming away from there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, the day before yesterday, police in New York have released 2 photos of an unmasked individual wanted for questioning over the killing of the healthcare chief executive. United Healthcare boss Brian Thompson, 50, was fatally shot in the back on Wednesday morning outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. The attacker fled the scene without taking any of Thompson's belongings. Police believe the victim was targeted in a pre-planned killing. Now, investigators are also using facial recognition technology and bullet casing with cryptic messages written on them to track down the suspect. They have yet to reveal a motive in the shooting. Yes, the shooting took place at about 06:45 EST, that was 11:45 GMT, in a busy part of Manhattan, close to Times Square and Central Park Thompson had been scheduled to speak in an investor conference later in the day. According to the police, the suspect, who had was clad in a black face mask and light brown or cream-colored jacket, appeared to be waiting for Thompson for 5 minutes outside the Hilton Hotel, where he was expected to speak. Now, Thompson, who arrived on foot, was shot in the back and leg and was pronounced dead about half an hour later at a local hospital. Now, New York Police Department Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny has revealed that the suspect's weapon appeared to jam, but that he was able to quickly fix it and keep shooting. CCTV footage appears to show the gunman had fitted a suppressor, also known as a silencer, to his pistol. Now, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, a veteran of the NYPD, told the MSNBC that the use of a silencer was unprecedented in his career. I have never seen a silencer before, he said. That was really something shocking to us all. Investigators reportedly believe the firearm is a BT Station 69, a weapon which is marketed as tracing its route back to pistols used by Second World War era Allied Special Operation Forces. Now, police have reportedly visited gun stores in Connecticut to try to determine where the weapon was purchased. But now, after the shooting, video showed the suspect fleeing the scene on foot. Officials initially said the suspect used an electric city bike owned by Lyft. But Lyft, which owns the operates bike, later said it had been told that the NYPD that one of the vehicles had not been used, according to sources coming through. So they say he fled on foot. Okay. So it's Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be bringing the program to close, coming here straight to the UK. Now, a major disruption on the UK rails network has caused delays on at least 9 lines on Friday morning. National Rail said the issue was due to a nationwide fault with a radio system used between train drivers and signallers that has now been fixed. Elizabeth Line, Gatwick Express, Great Northern, ScotRail, Southeastern, Southwestern Railway and Thameslink services have all been affected. This includes delays to journeying in and out of some of England's major transport hubs, such as Manchester, Piccadilly, London, Paddington, and Southampton Central. National Rail said travellers should plan for some services to be cancelled at short notice. Now, travel expert Simon Calder said, "Hope for the best, but be prepared for delays and disruption there." Well, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Patient's family say a report on disgraced child surgeon is a whitewash. I will not have time to be bringing you that detail in a moment, but average house price hits record high of £298,083. Okay. And then the final one, Keir Starmer has said it is not his plan to have any more tax rises before the next general election, but said he could not rule them out in the event of unforeseen circumstances. The Prime Minister was speaking this morning after setting out 6 pledges, including a promise to put money in the pockets of working people. Keir Starmer said he knew some decisions were not always popular, but voters could judge him at the next election on whether they felt their living standards had improved. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch dismissed the Prime Minister's new pledges as a sign that Labour had not been ready for government. Somebody will say, well, they have been ready. It is you who didn't put the things, or the Conservatives who covered. There was some cover up there about that 22 billion shortfall there, the black hole, and that has been what has commemorated or brought about that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is why I have to bring the program to a close. As I did say, God willing, Monday, when we come in, we rest assured that we'll be able to bring you the Chief of Staff of the United States of Biafra, Ngozi, who will be speaking to us about their quest. Well, they've declared that the Biafra state, the formation of the Biafra state, or reinstated that. But the question is, which country is recognized them or acknowledge them? If nobody is acknowledging you, then you're not going very far there. But what do you think about all that? Well, you can have yourself a very nice weekend. But in Ghana, those of you going to vote, go cast your vote and leave the place, right? That's how we do it here. And then when it gets to time for the counting to take place, either 5 o'clock or whatever time, you go back there, and then you can assemble there to see who is winning or who is losing. But whatever it is, please let peace prevail. So use the ballot box, and then let the people, the politicians know. Give them a bloody nose if need be. All right then. So that is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. I want to say it loud and clear. You have a lovely weekend. But remember, tomorrow dawn, we're going to be having Reverend Michael Etiama and the team once again bringing you the Power Hour, where you are able to command your morning. It's been me, Archie, saying, have a top of the day. I'm out like that. The Zongo man says, use the ballot box.
The ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. One man, one vote. It is your right. If you have a vote, you've got power. So every man have a vote. Every woman have a vote. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Take no lies, take no bribes, take no promises, take no sting, take no sound bites, no slogan shouting. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose.
Thanks for listening.
Don't use violence. No military coup. No intimidation. No harassment. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and